What's going on, Aries? My name is Vince. Welcome to 7D Tarot. If you would like to schedule your own personal reading with me, all the info you need is in the description box below. Check out my wife's channel over at Empath Tarot. And if this message resonates, like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's dive right into your reading. See what we got going on. The Three of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting. I see a little bit of suffering going on in their life. Right now, we got the Three of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, and the Magician. Spirit's letting you know right now, a lot of abundance waiting for you as soon as we take control of our life. Because soon, I see a major opportunity coming from you where you're going to have to lead the dance. In order to lead the dance, Spirit is letting you know that do not suffer imagined troubles, right? Like I see right now that we're thinking of the past. I see right now that we're focusing our awareness on a time and a thing that's not helping us, get the success that we're looking for, get the happiness that we're looking for. And we suffer more in imagination than we ever do in reality, right? We suffer more in a time where it doesn't even exist. We're always thinking of what can happen or go wrong or what did take place. But that timeline is not something that can actually change our lives. The only thing that happens, that only timeline that can create change is the present moment. The present moments when you go to that job interview, the present moments when you meet that, special somebody and you go on a date with them, the present moments when you're laughing, right? It's just really always the present moment. That's where everything good happens in life. And right now, focusing on the present moments where it's at, because I also do see here something major about to take place for you, where you're going to be taking on more of a leadership approach, but you're going to be tapped into your spirituality to really harness this energy, right? Tapping into your spiritual side is really the bread and butter of this third dimension, right? It's the cheat code. It's like literally programming yourself to be able to, almost have like an advantage, Everything is effortless rather than efforted. And I do see here right now major opportunities coming your way. I do see here right now an opportunity that not only do you have to be strategic and, use the pentacle side of energy, wand side of energy, but you also have to use the spiritual side of energy to make it happen. You're going to have to also visualize it happening before it takes place. You're going to have to journal it into fruition, manifest it, right? And I'll give you an example. Say if you want to get a job. Now this job consists, say if you want to get a job to pay your bills and you just, in your mind, you're just like, I just want a job that is close to home, for example, right? But in order for this to happen, before, we go job hunting, before I would even get online, what I would do is I would go and I would visualize exactly what location I'm looking for this job. I'd visualize who my boss is going to be. I'd visualize what it's going to be like when I walk into hand in a resume, what it's going to be like when I get my interview, what it's going to be like when I get the call back, what it's going to be like my first day. I would set all these things up in motion. This is handling the spiritual side of things. This is 50% of the equation. Then after I did that, that's when I would actually even start my job hunting, right? So I would set the motion. It's almost like doing the outline, tracing the outline of the picture, and then I would add the color and everything else. So which really means at that point, I would hand in my resume, go for an interview, and do things along those lines. So it's like Spirit's letting there's something coming up that's going to be very big for you in your life, in a big event, a monumental moment, but it does require you tapping into your spiritual side. And you right now, letting go of anything in the past is the only way to make this happen, right? It's impossible to focus on the past and the present at the same time. You can't do that. And I'll give you an example. Try reading 2 books at the same time. It's impossible. You have to pick and choose. The past, complete waste of time. Fear, anxiety, I had this, I lost this, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I can't believe how stupid I am. Ring a bell, right? That's exactly what our ego does. You suck, well, how did you not know? You'll never amount to anything, you're not attractive, you don't have money, you're broke, you have no skills, right? Just ring a bell. It's the same nonsense, same gibberish for all of us. The ego says the same thing. It's so boring and predictable. Yeah, I know, I'm so bad. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So I gotcha. Don't listen to it. It's pathetic. Don't listen to that energy. Right now, ask yourself, whenever the ego comes up to you and says, you suck, you tell it, what the heck does that mean? When the ego comes up to you and says, you're not attractive, be like, how would you know? How many dates have you gone on? Who are you to speak? Who are you to speak that I am not attractive? You have beautiful energy. You have beautiful vibrations. You don't have a bad bone in your body. You know how many people would be grateful and thankful to be around a loyal, beautiful companion such as yourself? Trust me. How many dates did your ego go on, right? How many? 0? Yeah, exactamundo. So it's like, don't listen to that energy. Now, the Sun, Hierophant, Knight of Cups, speaking of dates, and the Star. Beautiful energy here for you. Right now, I see that there's some sort of past experience that took place that you were supposed to learn a lesson from. It seems like we are stuck on this lesson right now, but the moment we clear this lesson, a lot of good things are going to happen. So ask yourself, what is it that you're currently thinking about? What is that Star card? What is it that, past experience that you feel like you can't let go of? For example, maybe you dated someone and you're like, oh, I wasn't the best person in this relationship, and because of that, I have regrets. Now, this energy, for that could be business or anything, but if it is something like a soulmate or an ex or someone that you're dealing with, understand that you got to ask yourself, who are you? You're a human being. What are you doing here? You are learning lessons. How are you supposed to learn these lessons unless you go through experiences? Okay, and then how are you supposed to be perfect? How are you supposed to know what to do beforehand? Are you a mind reader? Are you psychic? Absolutely not. Okay, so therefore you are going to make mistakes. I guess so. Precisely. Don't be so hard on yourself. Do not be so hard on yourself. Now, here's where you should feel bad if you're doing this. If you're blaming yourself after you've learned the lesson. So what was the lesson? Gotcha. What should I do? What should I not do? What were the red flags? What were the warning signs? What did I learn? Great. After that, you're supposed to move on. Simple as pie. The sun, right? Move on. Take this lesson, take this experience, use it as new experience for your new adventures. But if you are stuck there saying, I'm so ashamed, what am I doing? All that stuff the ego tells us to do. This is where this is the last thing your angels and guides want. They're probably like, oh my goodness, how much time are we going to spend on this? Because they don't want this. Like us humans, we beat ourselves up because, we try to, learn a lesson and then we're so hard on ourselves. But our angels and guides, spirit, I could just imagine them being like, oh my goodness, there's so many lessons here to learn. There's so much fun to have on this planet. And, for example, I'll speak about myself. Vince is sitting there blaming himself for a mistake he made in business. Oh my goodness, when can we move on? Imagine having to sit there and watch me tell myself, oh, I'm so bad. It's just embarrassing, right? And that's the thing. We always think it's just us. We don't think that we have to team with us. Because imagine if we were in a boardroom and we had a corporation. We're in the boardroom right now. And there's a bunch of different people on the board, right? Imagine if we did this. Oh, I'm so stupid, everybody. I can't believe I did this. Everyone would be like, it's okay. Don't worry. Let's move on to the next piece of information, the next thing on the agenda. No, everyone, I'm just going to beat myself up for the next 10 years, right? You know what I mean? Everyone would be like, what the heck? And that's the energy that Spirit's giving you right now, Aries. Spirit is telling you, now is the time to trust your intuition. Now is the time to really tap into your spiritual side. Now is the time for you to come home and connect to your higher self. Now is the time for you to focus, because all these opportunities that are awaiting you, they don't require you to be ready, right? At the end of the day, Spirit only gives us as much as we can handle, and Spirit never overwhelms us. Spirit will never put too much on our plate. So what does that mean? We have to clear our plate to be able to, have new opportunities come, because Spirit doesn't want to see us fail. So what does that mean? We got to be ready, right? How are we ready? We're ready when we're strong. And in order to be strong, in order to really be your best version of yourself, there's no other way than to tap into your spiritual side, mind, body, and soul, right? Mind, make sure that your all the toxins, all the shadows, all the limiting beliefs are gone by taking some time to address them. Ask yourself, what am I scared of? Why am I scared of this? What do I have to do to overcome this? Sitting down and talking to yourself, right? And then once we're doing that, body means really eating foods that make you healthy. I would say 95% of everything is diet. I would even say, how they say gym. Yeah, right. How many people go to the gym? How many times have we gone to the gym, busted our butt, and didn't see any changes? Busted our butt, got on that treadmill, ran, did weights, everything, didn't see a thing change. Why is that? Diet. It's diet. 95% is diet. I barely go to the gym. I know I'm nothing special, but you know what? I barely ever go to the gym. I'll clear my energy by walking and doing some jumping jacks and walking around. But I'm telling you, 95% is diet. Ask anyone that you see going to the gym over and over again and they don't see results. Ask them, what are you eating? What are you eating, right? So again, eat foods that digest, and then you'll start feeling good, right? So then we got mind, body, and then soul. Soul, you got to connect to your higher self. You got to meditate. You got to journal. These things, if you're asking yourself, when am I going to meet my soulmate? The real question is, when are you going to eat something healthy? And then when are you going to meditate? If you're asking yourself, when am I going to get rich? The real question is, when are you going to journal and when are you going to visualize? That's really the answers. And that's the thing, everything else is a complete, illusion. There's no way that you can, eat two double cheese pizzas and then next day wake up and feel like you have a good vibration. It doesn't work. Now, I do see here, again, look at what we're talking about. I do see here abundance, that 10 of Pentacles. Spirit's letting you know it's right here for you. It's not far. It's right in front of your eyes. But in order for you to get it, you have to make your soul happy. You have to take some time to meditate. You have to take some time for yourself. You have to do what's right, not only for yourself, but your inner child, your soul, everybody, your entire team. That entire team is dependent on you. That entire team needs a leader. And if that leader is caught up in fear, anxiety in the past because of human programming and not knowing what to do, that's one thing. But when you are fully aware of what you got to do next, and we still don't do it, but we expect change, that's the last thing we're looking for. So right now, focus your awareness on not suffering. Don't worry about something that's going to happen in your imagination. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about creating something that's going to happen, a boogeyman to be scared of. This is complete nonsense. This is brainwashing that they programmed us to think is important. Turn on the news, boogie, 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 fear, fear, fear. Yeah, right. Okay, so it's like enough's enough. Right now, focus on abundance. Focus on the present timeline. Focus right here, right now. This is the only timeline that matters. At the end of the day, the only person that has your back is your soul, is you. You are your soul. You are the only person that ever has your back. Focus on your team. Focus on your team, your angels and guides and spirit, and watch the abundance flow. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed your reading. 1,000 kisses. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Until next time, ciao.